Though the Soviet Union never launched a space shuttle into orbit, it came close. Two abandoned Soviet space shuttles, relics of the ambitious Buran program, now sit quietly in a massive, decaying hangar at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. These shuttles, which once symbolized the USSR's competitive edge in the space race, have been left to deteriorate for decades. The eerie silence of the hangar contrasts sharply with its history as a hub for launching humans into space. For urban explorers, this haunting site offers a rare glimpse into a forgotten chapter of space exploration history, if they can manage to get inside. The Mound of Glory in Belarus, near Minsk, stands as a powerful tribute to the bravery of the Red Army during World War II, particularly in Operation Bagration, which liberated Belarus from Nazi control in 1944. This imposing monument, featuring a striking bayonet-shaped structure, rises atop an artificial mound. Visitors must climb 240 steps to reach the top, where panoramic views unfold. Interestingly, despite its wartime significance, the Mound of Glory has also become a popular spot for newlyweds to capture stunning wedding photos against its backdrop, blending history with modern celebrations. The Motherland Calls, located in Volgograd, formerly Stalingrad, is one of the tallest statues in the world, standing taller than New York's Statue of Liberty. This monumental statue commemorates the heroes of the Battle of Stalingrad and symbolizes the immense sacrifices made during the pivotal World War II battle. Positioned atop Mamayev Kurgan Hill on the banks of the Volga River, the statue depicts a woman brandishing a colossal steel sword, raised toward the sky. This awe-inspiring image serves as both an unforgettable tribute to resilience and a powerful symbol of defense, evoking the strength and determination of Volgograd's people. In the 1970s, during the Soviet era's wave of de-Stalinization under Nikita Khrushchev, Lenin's writings were treated as sacred Marxist scripture, and familiarity with his ideology became a pathway to political advancement. In Ulan-Ude, Siberia, near Lake Baikal, local officials sought a unique homage to Lenin by commissioning the world's largest sculpture of his head. This monumental bronze bust, towering over the city, was completed in the early 1970s. Today, Lenin's enormous head remains a popular meeting spot for locals and a major tourist attraction, symbolizing the region's Soviet past. The Podgoric Monument to the Revolution in Croatia, designed by Macedonian sculptor Dusan Zemanja and commissioned by Yugoslav leader Tito, soars like a massive, concrete bird of prey poised for flight. Its abstract, wing-like form stretches across a grassy hillside, reminiscent of a mechanical hawk. Built to honor the local resistance against Nazi occupation during World War II, it is one of many monumental structures in the former Yugoslavia symbolizing the bravery of partisan forces. However, like many of these post-war memorials, the Podgoric Monument has fallen into neglect and now faces deterioration. The Basza Monument in Bulgaria, perched atop a mountain in the Balkan Range, looks eerily like a flying saucer landed on the peak. This unique structure was built to commemorate Dimitar Nikolov and the 1891 meetings that ignited Bulgaria's socialist movement. Though abandoned and weather-beaten, it remains a surreal symbol of the country's communist past. Its remote location at over 4,600 feet hasn't deterred adventurous graffiti artists who have left their mark on this haunting relic of history. Despite its derelict state, the monument's alien-like appearance continues to draw curious explorers. In Kosovo's Mitrovica district, you can find the monument to the mining heroes, affectionately nicknamed the Grill. This imposing structure, resembling an oversized Stonehenge, consists of two towering columns holding up a gigantic mining cart. It stands as a powerful testament to the industrial prowess of the former Yugoslavia. Commissioned by Tito, this monument was built on Miners' Hill to honor the sacrifices made by both Albanian and Serbian miners during World War II. Like many Yugoslav-era monuments, it carries a blend of industrial symbolism and historical commemoration. The Chinst War Memorial, part of the Valley of Heroes complex in southeastern Bosnia and Herzegovina, commemorates the fierce Battle of the Sutjeska during World War II. Its dramatic, wing-like columns form a gateway and altar of remembrance for the bloody struggle that took place in the spring of 1943. Despite heavy losses, the Yugoslav partisans managed to escape complete destruction by the Axis forces. The battle, however, came at a steep cost, with more than 7,000 partisans and civilians losing their lives. The memorial stands as a somber tribute to their sacrifice and endurance. Grudis Park, or Stalin World, in Lithuania offers a surreal look into the Soviet past. Established by businessman Viliumas Malinauskas, the park was created to house the many Soviet-era monuments removed after Lithuania regained its independence in 1993. Statues of Lenin, Marx, Stalin, and other Soviet figures that once dominated public spaces are now displayed here, allowing visitors to explore a contentious chapter in Lithuanian history. Though controversial, Grudis Park provides an opportunity to reflect on the complex legacy of Soviet rule in a unique and somewhat bizarre setting. The ghost town of Urbine, Latvia, and the Ventspils International Radio Astronomy Center, Virac, are striking examples of how former Soviet military infrastructure can be repurposed. Once a top-secret espionage hub during the Cold War, Urbine housed massive radio telescopes, RT-32 and RT-16, used to intercept NATO communications. When the Soviet Army withdrew in 1994, much of the equipment was damaged or left to decay. However, Latvia's Academy of Sciences stepped in to restore and adapt the telescopes, transforming them from tools of surveillance into cutting-edge instruments for astronomical research, now focused on exploring the cosmos. The Macedonian Monument, or Islandin, in Krševo, Macedonia, is a striking structure that honors the Islandin Uprising of 1903. This rebellion, led by the Internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization, IMRO, was an important, though ultimately unsuccessful, effort to free the region from Ottoman rule. Despite the revolt's failure, it marked a key moment in the fight for independence, which resonates deeply with the Macedonian people. The monument itself, often compared to a futuristic golf ball or a large, organic form, stands in pristine condition, symbolizing the resilience and pride of Macedonia's struggle for freedom. Crimea's abandoned Soviet-era submarine base, located in the Balaclava district of Sevastopol, offers a fascinating glimpse into the Cold War era. Once a secretive military facility designed to withstand a nuclear strike, this base housed a powerful fleet of Soviet submarines. After Crimea came under Ukrainian control, the base was neglected, eventually ransacked for materials. Now, with Crimea under Russian control, the site has been open to the public for tours. Urban explorers and history enthusiasts can experience the eerie, James Bond-like atmosphere of this once top-secret naval stronghold. Memento Park in Hungary serves as a resting place for the communist-themed statues that once dominated the country's public spaces. After the fall of communism, these larger-than-life monuments, glorifying figures like Marx, Lenin, Stalin, and Béla Kun, were removed from their prominent positions and placed in this open-air museum. The park, intentionally designed to contrast Hungary's era of dictatorship with its current democracy, allows visitors to reflect on the country's complex political past. With some of the most imposing statues from the Cold War period, Memento Park offers a fascinating glimpse into Eastern Europe's communist legacy. And lastly, the Monument of the Bulgarian-Soviet Friendship is a significant historical landmark located on Crane Hill in the coastal city of Varna, Bulgaria. This monument was commissioned during the Cold War as a tribute to the Soviet military and symbolizes the close ties and camaraderie that were promoted between the Bulgarian and Soviet peoples at the time. Built in the 1970s, the structure features massive, angular cement reliefs depicting Soviet soldiers, showcasing the military might of the Red Army. The monument was intended to serve not only as a memorial to the Soviet forces, but also as a representation of the solidarity between Bulgaria and the Soviet Union, which was framed as a partnership forged in the struggles of World War II and the subsequent fight against fascism. Throughout the years, the monument has stood as a prominent fixture in Varna, attracting both locals and tourists alike. It was celebrated in the context of a broader narrative that highlighted the unity of socialist nations during a time when ideological divides were pronounced. The imposing structure served as a backdrop for various ceremonies and commemorations, reinforcing the bond between Bulgaria and the Soviet Union. However, Following the fall of communism in Eastern Europe and the subsequent shift in political ideologies during the late 20th century, the public perception of the monument has transformed significantly. Once a symbol of pride, it has become a contentious site, representing the complex and often problematic history of Soviet influence in Bulgaria. As the relationship between Bulgaria and Russia has evolved, so too has the attitude toward such monuments. Today, the monument of the Bulgarian-Soviet friendship remains an impressive site atop Crane Hill, offering sweeping views of Varna and the Black Sea. However, its condition has declined over the years, with signs of weathering and neglect evident in its structural integrity and aesthetic appeal. This deterioration mirrors the changing sentiments toward the communist legacy in Bulgaria.